serpent. Serpent get me. And God got angry. Instructions, even instruction. Initially, God never created man to die. God created man to live on this earth and dominate. He said, ye are gods, to be as God. He said, he created us in his own image. Not that we were looking like God, but he transferred his own spirit. The same spirit that God is carrying, brought out part of it and transferred it into man. So man had that will. Man is the only creation that has will to decide what he wants. And he said, serpent, and God got angry. So you disobeyed me. So because of that, from today you will not live. It is from the dust. The Bible said, if you see the dust, maybe carry sand, throw it up. That dust that come out from it. The Bible said that was what God used in creating man. I said, from the dust you have come, from the dust you will return. You will go back to where I brought you from. And he said, he cursed the ground. He cursed the woman. The woman was not created to have hard labor. He laid curse on. He said, you will struggle to give birth. Now, that sin of the first man caused a demarcation between God. Because God cannot be whole sin. He's too clean. He's too neat. He's blameless. He's too clean to be whole sin. Even when Jesus was nailed on the cross, he turned his back because he could not see. But Jesus was carrying the sin of the whole world. And he said, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, an Aramaic language, that's the old Hebrew language, which means, my God. Eli is God. Eli, my God. Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, my God, why art thou forsaking me? So God, there was a clear demand. Now there was a big gap. That sin brought a big gap between God and man. And God knew that if they were still in that garden, they would still go to that tree of life. They will still eat it. Being what man is. No, human being, we are very stubborn. And he said, so that they will not eat that tree of life. He said, he sent them out of the garden. Now go and suffer yourself outside. He threw them. He now put cherubim, a cherubim. One of the dangerous angels in heaven. He put one cherubim at the entrance of the garden. Now send them out. That's why till today, other histories of the Bible, you can see them live. If you go to but now, nobody knows where the Garden of Eden is. God closed it away from the face of man. Am I communicating? Yes. And that created, now God, the man now had a big gap. The man was not close to God again. Now that period, that the benefit that man was having was no more. Man was now on his own struggling. So there needed to be a closure again. There needed to be something that would bring man back to God again. So man was surviving by his own effort and his own energy. Let's look at Romans chapter 6 verse 23. I want to give you something there. For somebody is saying that we have no business with the sin of man. There are so many scriptures. I might not finish. This is not preaching that I'll finish today. It will have part two. Because we need to teach it well. So that anybody that wants to play it again will play it often and get the clear message. Romans chapter 6, verse, we all know it. For all have seen and come short the glory. I just want us to open ourselves and come short the glory of God. Romans chapter 6, after Acts of Apostles, and come short the glory of God. Romans chapter 6, verse 23. He said, for the wages, okay, Romans chapter 6, verse 23. He said, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. It is God that God made man. He said you will go back. So spiritually, man was dead. The promises of man when he created man from ab initio was closed. So there needed to be another person that will come to what? To repair that error that the first Adam has created to the world. The first Adam has brought to the world. Even when God gave Moses the law on Mount Sinai, even the law was not enough. Because now now we're like, God was not like, okay, now you know what God did before he sent them out? God killed an animal. Go and read chapter 3, chapter 4. You see that story there. I can't be reading all those chapters. God killed an animal before he sent them out. And used the skin of that animal. God is a merciful God though. He still used the skin of, showing that he still loved them. He used the skin of that animal to make clothes for the wife and the husband, and they wore it. He made the first atonement was made in the Garden of Eden, and told them to go send them out. So there needed to be an atonement again. That was why when the children of Israel were slaves in Egypt, when they came out, God gave them instruction on Moses. He gave Moses instruction. He said, you will do this, you will do that, you will kill a fowl. Go and read the book of Exodus 20 from verse 1 to the end, 21, 22. You see that instruction. The sacrifices are too much. If you sin, you have to kill animal. There's a particular kind of animal you go and buy. White one, oh, and there's one that is a kid. Kid is called young one of goat. There's one you buy a lamb, a young lamb. That's sheep. White, innocent. Now, if we were to be killing animals, that was as a result of the sin of the first man. Even the law could not save man. So sin came to humanity through what? Through Adam in the garden. The Bible is in the script. I've just read one now. So even the law will not save man. God gave all this law. Even with the law, man, God found out that man was still sinning against him. And I thought, how many people will be able to kill animal? Not assuming that we are still doing that kind of killing of animals for atonement of sin. What is atonement? That is that blood, using that blood to what? To stand that God, I killed this animal, please forgive my sins. And that blood will be sprinkled. Even the high priest has his own duty. There is one that they will kill an animal for the sins of the whole Israel. And God told them to build tabernacle. In that tabernacle, there is holies of holies. That tabernacle is a typology of the tabernacle in heaven, where God dwells. God dwells in holy of holies in the third heaven. And that place is only it is only him that is there. No angel has the right to go there. So he said they should build tabernacle. And in that tabernacle we have the outer court, the inner court, the holy place, and the holy of holies. And that holy of holies is where they keep the ark of God, which represents the presence of God, the glory of God. And even the priest goes there once in a year. And when he's going there, the Bible said they will tie rope on his waist. All the Israelites, they will hold the rope outside, draw a long rope outside. As he's entering into that holy of holies, even if the high priest sinned and he did not, he will first of all do atonement for his own self before he will now go. But if you go there, maybe he has done some atrocity and he's hiding it, he will die there. And nobody can enter there. So while they are trying to, in case even the high priest too made some mistake that made God to smite him there, they will drag him out with that rope. So as he's going there, he will kill an animal as instructed by God. Then he will carry the blood to offer to God. Then after that, after making some prayers and doing the normal ritual, he will come up and sprinkle it on the Israelites. He atoned for the sin of the high priest. And that was the ritual that was going on. Just for God. God was looking for a way to close the relationship back. God was looking for a way to bring man back to himself. Because he loved man. He said he created man in his own image. But that blood of animal, that blood of animal could not even close that closure. That blood of animal could not atone for sin. Because hear me, for a sin that is committed, there need to be blood to wipe away that sin. It is spiritual. For every sin that is committed, there need to be blood to wipe away that sin. And that was what God was doing, that he told them they should sacrifice this, sacrifice that. But when God saw that even the blood of animal, the blood of bulls, could not even atone enough for the sin, and he said, oh, there need to be a blood that is not contaminated. There need to be a blood that is greater than all blood. There need to be a blood that is powerful than all blood. That is not just a natural blood. That came as a conjugation of human. That came as a conjugation of what God has created for a divine blood. And that was why he sent his son. The Bible said, John 3:16, therefore God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever. Now the sin, somebody that said sin, we don't have business with the sin of Adam. Please, is the person reading the back of the Bible? I don't know some of these preachers that are coming out to preach. The devil is really using them. Please, I'm preaching this message so that you that is listening to that man can hear this. There are scriptures. Go and read that initial where sin came out from Garden of Eden. Genesis chapter 3. Read from verse 1 to the end. You will see the story. Start from chapter 2, read chapter 3, read chapter 4. That was where sin started from. The first man brought sin. Everybody in this world came from the first man. One way or the other, we are attached to the sin of the first man. And that was why from that day, a newborn baby that is born in sin. For all have sinned and come short the glory of God. You were born in sin. You were carrying the hand of sin. But now, God now look at it. What can He do to make you to be free from sin forever? So that instead of you killing animal and goat, there need to be a thing that when you decide to follow it, you will become free from sin forever. A final atonement. A final atonement that is not the blood of animal, but that is greater than the blood of any human. And He decided to send His Son. John 3:16. He decided to send His Son. Many of us were born in sin. So sin of Adam brought death. It brought destruction. It brought separation. It brought destruction to mankind. He decided. Let's look at Romans chapter 3. Romans chapter 3.